I am here today to bring you information about three major things that you must know to get the best offers for your home in any real estate market. These are tips that are intended to help you achieve success and get the most for your home, whether you are selling your home yourself or working with a professional to sell your home. My name is John Polson, Homes and Land by John. I am a real estate professional, and I help people sell their homes for the most possible money in the shortest amount of time possible with the least amount of headaches. Keep in mind that getting offers is only the first part of selling a home. It doesn't stop there, but these tips will help get you to that very important part of the process. The three major items are going to break down. One, make the home look great. You are taking your home on its most important date ever, and you want it to look fantastic for all of the suitors, which are your buyers. Number two, make the home easy to show. Number three, market the home properly. In each of those categories, there's a number of steps. So back to number one, making the home look great. Have a professional staging consultation. That is a service that I offer to my clients for free. That is a $250 value to have a professional stager come out to your home and give you a staging consultation. Whether you have your own furniture in your home or you want to know what to do with that furniture and your items, that stager is going to help you make that home look fantastic. If your home is vacant, I highly recommend staging. Staging is an investment that will bring more return for investment than it costs, and it is always worth it to have that done. Have your home professionally cleaned. It is not always possible for homeowners to really get in and do all the cleaning that the home really should have. So if you can do that yourself, that's great. But I recommend if you're busy, don't fret over that. Have your home professionally cleaned so that it really looks good in all the nooks and crannies, in the baseboards and all the behind the toilets and all the places you don't want to have to get to. Declutter the home. Make sure that the home is clutter free. Remove personal items. The basics are to remove all your items from your countertops, clear most of your tabletops, clear most of your family photographs. You want the home to be very well presented, but you want your buyer to be able to look at that home and see themselves in that home as well. Establish curb appeal. Do some simple landscaping. Prune the shrubs, weed the beds, apply some fresh mulch, and even add some color with some seasonally proper annuals. Make sure to clean the exterior of the home. That means clean the gutters, clean the roof, clean the deck, and then make necessary repairs and correct deferred maintenance items. These can certainly be a challenge, but you want to identify those things that anybody can see, touch, and feel, and those things that will establish a first impression. Those are really important items to make sure that you are making those types of repairs to those items in your home. Category number two, again, make the home easy to show. This is where your real estate professional really comes into play if you're working with a real estate professional, because we use lock boxes and we have services that we use for communication and the techniques that we use for communicating with each other, all the systems and programs and software that we use as real estate agents that helps us make things really easy for us to communicate and makes your home easy to show where we are managing it through a lockbox. Now that lockbox is really secure. When you use a real estate agent's lockboxes, the electronic codes, it allows us to know who's accessing the home, when they're accessing the home. I can control how that access is handled. And I get notified when it happens, and I know who it is and when it is. But if you're going to be selling your home yourself, you need to use your own systems that you can consider safe so that you can have people looking at your home. You're probably going to want to be there if you're selling your home yourself. Reply to phone calls and text messages promptly. And that is something your real estate professional is going to do with other real estate agents, particularly but other buyers that we may be working with. But that's something that if you're selling your home, you've got to make sure that you're returning those phone calls. It's hard to be available when you're at work. I understand that. Make sure that you're returning those phone calls, and maybe you just, you can use text messaging or whatever you can use to do your communication as effectively as possible. Schedule your showings with your buyer availability as much to their schedule as possible. To help with scheduling, use a scheduling service to help handle calls and appointments for showings. Try not to lose a buyer to a scheduling issue. they often don't come back. And particularly now, as we're getting into a more buyer-oriented market, we're shifting. We're in this transition of a market right now here in June of 2022. So it is becoming more advantageous. The market is shifting a little bit more to the advantage of buyers. And that's because it's been such a seller's market for such a long time. This is a breath of fresh air a little bit for buyers. So things are balancing out a little bit better. Do not lose one of your buyers, though, from a scheduling issue if you can avoid it. Number 3, the big category, market the home properly. Marketing is more than just putting a sign in the yard. Marketing starts with pricing. It is the only thing, it's not the only thing, but it may be the single most important item to help get your sold for the most money, and that is setting the price right. Price it too high and you may get low offers that come in really slowly. Price it right and you could get a buyer frenzy. We're not going to see necessarily what we've been seeing for the last couple of years. We're in a little bit more of a balanced market now, but if you price it right, you will still get good buyer activity in your home. Use at least 3 sources if you're using an AVM model to obtain pricing strategy. Tax assessments are not adequate. Don't rely on tax assessments, and don't use and rely just on Zillow for your pricing. Zillow can be one of your sources, but make sure that you have other sources for your pricing information, and get a professional CMA to really get in-depth pricing detail for your home. Have a professional photograph the home. That refers right back to step number 1, making the home look great. Have the professional photographer photograph the home, and that will help make it look good in the photos and the marketing material that you're using. Do a video tour of the home. I do video tours all the time with my homes, and it's a really great tool. Market the home with photos and video on multiple digital marketing platforms, including social media and the websites for home marketing. Make a website just for your home and use the link for that website as an easy way to distribute information to the prospects that you get when they call you. Create a landing page for your home and make sure to capture your buyer leads and their contact information. Follow up with every prospective buyer and do so fast. They might move on to another home before you even get a chance to show them yours if you're not responsive. Again, that's if you're selling your home yourself. Your real estate agent will take care of that for you on if you're working with a real estate professional. Distribute direct mail for sale, postcards, or letters to your entire neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods if practical. Your neighbors could be your best source of viable leads for your home buyers. Who else knows the neighborhood like they do? I like to do also a neighborhood invitation open house where we really get to invite your neighbors to do a special feature showing and invite them into the home. And not everybody does that. We don't do that with every home necessarily. It's kind of up to the cooperation of the owner, but that is something that we really like to do by invitation. It creates a special event for your home. And from there, get your home listed on all the real estate websites. There are thousands of websites for home marketing. The easy ones can get you some shoppers, but often you'll find that those easy to find sites have a lot of unqualified prospects. Make sure your home is listed in the MLS, which puts it in front of every real estate agent connected with thousands of buyers. That is the real linchpin here, is making sure that your home gets listed in the MLS. And obviously, as a real estate professional, that's what I offer, is the ability to put it in the MLS, but that's not the only thing. It is part of the process. There is a lot more to making sure that your home can sell for the best possible price so that you can get more money in your pocket as a home seller in any market. So I hope these tips were helpful to you. There's a lot of information in here that I hope you find it very helpful. If there's anything I can do for you, please message me through the button that you should be able to find on this page. Reach out and I will gladly assist you with any real estate question that you have. You can call or text me at 757-707-4664. My name is John Polson, Homes and Land by John with Mid-Atlantic Residential. Have a happy day, and I look forward to hearing from you.